Om Sai Ram. Welcome to In Conversation with Sri Anantha, Life in Challenging Times. Puja Swamiji, Namaskaram Swamiji.
God bless you.
Sai
God bless you. Sai Ram.
So here we are with a few more questions. Keeping in line with the earlier conversations, I want to ask something that will infuse spirituality in our temporal life, that will put in the traditional wisdom in our confused modern lives. So there are so many such dilemmas we face in especially our generation, where we are not yet ready to give up our traditional beliefs, which we truly believe in, nor are we able to totally accept the modern way of life. So in this dilemma, we are not able to even guide our children. So they don't follow the tradition at all, any of the traditions or customs, and nor are we able to totally permit them to go into the modern way of life. So how would you clear our dilemmas for me?
According to the passage of time, we have to give some liberation to the children. It is a learning process for every personality to learn and realize the life. We have to have a control to an extent that our children should not step into any wrong path. Otherwise, when you grant the wisdom to them, one day they will realize what they have opted, the path which have given them some kind of realization. As far if they are not harming someone, I hope there is no need to follow the traditional belief or the modern life. Traditionally, if you are following, you keep following that. One day they will realize, yes, mother has followed, our father has followed the traditional method of life, so we should also follow that. It has some depth meaning. Till such time, we should not pressurize any children. That's what my ideology is.
Even in our times, Swamiji, people who are following traditional path, in their family, the children are actually opposite of what they are doing.
That's true, because people are nowadays adopted the Western system, whereas in Western countries they are very much adopting our conventional system. These differences have occurred only because in Western countries they have seen the world from bottom to top, and they knew the value now that Indian culture has some values which we need to follow. Whereas our children, they were binded by our social norms. So they need some liberty, and they started adopting the path of the Western culture. Once again, when the cycle will come, they will be back to us. And they will realize, yes, this kind of system, these bindings, these social norms are good for their maturity rather than the liberation.
Okay. So now, for example, be it Rakhi or the Navratri celebrations, it's becoming like a party kind of a thing. But they very easily adapt to some Western customs, like celebrating the Valentine's Day. But that's not in keeping with our tradition
True.
at all. So
True.
what do you have to say about this?
In India, if we see, most of the companies, the corporate sectors, are ruled and run by the Western countries, MNCs. And that culture has been started following in India. And when we depend on someone, we have to abide by them. Since we are educated and wise, we try to fold our hands in front of others. This kind of practice made us to bow our head. And MNC corporates, they are paying good, and they wanted some kind of entertainment, and they realized that our tradition has not given any much values to them, or enjoyment or pleasure in their life, so they adopted the Western path, which is incorrect. That we only have to stimulate, we only have to teach them. And appropriate time is what? During these cultural festivals. Now in our tradition also, what has happened some 50 years back, Navaratras means they used to perform puja. For all the three deities, they used to perform puja. Now those are gone. They prepare some kind of dal stuff. They distribute to the children's
Get it from the
market.
market.
So all this lethargic nature, what has happened? It has become converted into party. So rather, it has become a social gathering, get-together party, instead of adopting the conventional method of worshipping the god. So that we have to highlight, we have to educate the children's. Once when we start the customary, at least from today onwards, people will learn, and in course of time, everybody will come back to our traditional way.
Somehow or the other, Swamiji, the elders have yielded their involvement in the development of children, and they have let go the children to go on their own way.
See, again, it is based on our society only. Because if you are trying to control your child, the child will not listen to you because most of the time they are outside. 90% of their time they are spending with their peers or in such an environment where liberty is more. It is a democratic country, so they can file a case against you if you too much
Domestic
control,
violence now.
domestic violence and all. So in that aspect, we have to give up certain things. The reason is that for everyone to acquire the knowledge and conquer all kind of bindings and to overcome, there will be a space and time. During such space and time, when child finds its responsibility towards itself and towards the family, that time it will realize. So every day, little by little, we can give a knowledge, but we cannot control. And everyone are independent. We have to realize that, and we should not force. We had the values, we believed that, and we had a faith that we should never go against our parents. Or even we never stood in front of our parents and raised our voice. But today a small child is also raising the voice because the parents have given that kind of relaxation. And after a period of time, if they try to control, nothing can be controlled.
Then where is the fault, Swamiji?
Fault is on the parents, fault is on us, fault is on the society. Everything has to be changed.
But the change, I think, cannot take place immediately because the rot has set in already.
Over a period of time, if from a family, if a person starts taking a step towards to initiate, definitely every householder will start doing and following you. When you are silent, others will also be silent.
But I think the children are also confused. They want to follow the traditions of the West, the modern culture. They say we want our freedom, we want to be independent. But somewhere they are also afraid to let go and go their separate ways. Now, for example, after school in the Western, especially the American culture, they leave home. They fend for themselves. They find some job. Either they continue their studies or whatever. They are independent. Whereas here, though they ask for freedom, financially they are afraid to let go.
Yes.
And they even hesitate to take up any small jobs.
They are protected.
So they want to have very good education, and according to the education, they want very good jobs. Till such time, they are dependent on the parents financially, so they don't want to go away also. At the same time, being at home, they don't listen to the parents.
The reason is the mindset of the children have changed completely today. One, they want to study in a good college. Secondly, they want to enjoy their life while learning in the college. And third, they don't want to take any responsibility over their head.
Yes.
These are the three factors which made them COVID. So, what they have to understand is, once our elders over a period of time, they took the responsibility at the age of 16 or 17 or much earlier the age. Our grandparents, they got married at the age of 12 and they took the responsibility, 12 to 15 like that. And our parents, they got married around 16, 18 and they took the responsibility because most of them, they lost their parents at the early life also, some of them. Now what has happened, right from the day one when a child is born, immediately in order to entertain the child, we are giving some electronic gadgets into the hand. Then they started enjoying that. Then their demand started more and more. Out of love, the parents started buying and giving them. So this has become a kind of right to demand every day. That one has to stop. However, a person may be rich, he should not grant what has been asked for. Everything has some amount, value that they should realize. Whenever a right has been given to a child, for that they have to earn, they have to deserve, and finally it has to be granted. But most of us, we offer them everything prior to their demand, so we are facing this situation. So if parents realize, and society also, not only a parent from the poor financial background or middle income group, even the highest income group, they should realize what our offering to our children may spoil the children of the lower income group. If they realize that, and everyone has to deserve to achieve something in their life, when they realize, then only it will materialize.
So there is this usually some quarrels and fights between the husband and wife as to
Some
what
kind of misunderstanding.
Who should do what, and it's always the lady of the house who has to take up the cooking and taking care of the children. In many households it's like that. I'm not saying this is so in all families, but we haven't yet forgotten the traditional thing of women has to take care of the house. So what do you say about this?
See, understanding for anything, understanding is most important. And giving and forgiving is second significance of the life. So mutual understanding and cooperation is there, then the life will go good. It's not the matter whether the husband looks after the house or the wife looks after the house or the job, whichever may be. In modern trend, both have to work for the financial stability, and moreover, both of them have to look after the family also. In such aspect, they have to realize, according to the time constraints, who comes first and who can take the responsibility of the house. Because a man may come late or a woman may come late, it's not the matter. Whomever come first to the house, they have to take responsibility. If such mutual understandings are there, definitely a house can run smoothly. Okay, which is missing nowadays.
It doesn't happen consistently, because sometimes they agree to share the work, but over a period of time, it may look.
See, earlier days, what has happened is they have made a strong rule that a lady should look after the household and men should work hard, and whatever he brings, in that she has to run the family. And that was made purposefully so that the house should run peacefully and can be given care by a mother or a lady to the entire family, and men should work. But now it has gone. Even today, when a marriage is solemnizing, they ask what your daughter is doing. Is she capable to earn money? Is she capable to support my son? Then what you have given education to your son? And what he has, in what way he is qualified? So, both the families, before going for solemnizing, the children should admire each other. Whatever you are earning, I am satisfied with that, I will look after the family and you look after the earnings. Like that, boy and a girl takes the responsibility, and parents also, without any expectation, much expectations from the girl's side. If they cooperate, everything can be possible.
But it is difficult for a career-oriented woman or a professional woman or man to adjust themselves.
See, education to impart to the girls is must. At one point of time, in recent years, we have seen many of them become after a marriage widow or divorcee. In such cases, a lady requires a job. She has to sustain the family, her parents or her children, whomever it may be. That is must. But what happens is the clashes of ego between the husband and wife leads to devastation. So that they must realize, that is why the conventional systems, what it speaks about, follow the culture, follow the traditions, have admiration to each other. These are all missing. And it is not one family to take this step. It is the world. It is the society which they have to take this step. They should realize. And they should never compare themselves with other family. If someone is rich neighbor to you, you should not look at them what they possess. What is your capability? What you deserve? In that, if you limit yourself, the life will be peaceful.
Thank you so much.
God bless both. Thank you. Thank you to all. Sayonara. Before we conclude our sessions, let us chant some bhajans and make our life blissful. Ye Anantha नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
हे नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
हे नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
हे नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान.
हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे.
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 दीजो कृपा वरदान.
दीजो कृपा वरदान.
दीजो कृपा वरदान.
दीजो कृपा वरदान.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान.
हे नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
हे नाथ साईं तुम हो अंतर्यामी.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा.
हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे.
हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे.
हृदय मंदिर में आओ साईं मेरे.
हृदय मंदिर में आओ
दीजो कृपा वरदान
दीजो कृपा वरदान।
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा
तुम हो मेरे भगवान हो बाबा।
तुम हो मेरे भगवान
तुम हो मेरे भगवान।
हे अनाथ नाथ साई तुम हो अंतर्यामी
Thanks to one and all, with patience, all you were listening and chanting the bhajans. I pray to the Almighty to shower His grace on you and all the family members. Sai Ram, God bless you.